Go.
Hi, this is Amanda Trottenberg with New Orleans City Business, and I'm here at the fifth and final day of New Orleans Entrepreneur Week with Greg Galle, who is the Executive Director of Strategy with Future, a firm out in California. And he just gave a wonderful lecture about entrepreneurship and the steps you should take. And what I found most interesting is you talk about these moonshot projects and how you have a problem and you need to figure out an out-of-the-world solution to it. But in order to get there, you have to make little bets, and you have to take small bets in one piece at a time to get there. So why don't you speak a little bit about that?
Right. So, one of the things we do is we encourage our clients to be aspirational and to have these moonshot goals. It's typically, you'll find people are getting kind of modest about what they can accomplish, and maybe they're getting a lot of people sort of reinforcing what's possible and what's not possible. So we ask them to stretch. We ask leadership teams to really think about what is the impact that they can have. But the fact of the matter is you can't get from here to the moon in one shot the first time. So what we do is look at this notion of small bets. How can you break that down into smaller steps where you're going to learn and discover and actually make progress and build momentum without having to be absolutely correct the first time.
Right.
And in fact, we encourage our clients to let go of the need to be correct the first time and to embrace the unexpected, to embrace the thing that they might call failure, which is actually teaching them something that they didn't know, that they didn't expect, and that they can build on, that creates new opportunities.
Well, and on that note, you were saying something that I thought was fascinating that I've never heard before, that companies should have a yes and mentality. And
Right.
in the improv culture for stand-up comics and theater, you learn to say yes and. If someone talks to you on stage improv, you just go with it.
Right, yeah.
So why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we've all been in meetings with colleagues where we're getting the yes but, and it's sort of the famous example of that we all know is I'm going to just play devil's advocate. So when somebody says I want to play devil's advocate, what they're really doing is saying I want to kill this idea, right? I'm going to bring an argument which can't be responded to, and I'm going to squash the idea. So it's kind of a control move, and yes and is a way of countering that. So rather than having this yes but dynamic, which comes out of critical thinking that's taught in business school and engineering school and law school and medical school, you're bringing this building and productive and generative approach, which is that's a great idea, and what if we did this? Yes, and what if we did this? Yes, and what if we did this?
Building upon that culture.
Absolutely. In improv, there's a game that you play in improv. There's a game called Remember Mexico, and you can do it with a pair of people. You can say, so we're going to just remember a trip where we went to Mexico, but what you're going to have to do is when I say something about Mexico, you're going to answer yes, but. And that you're going to demonstrate that way. So I say, remember Mexico? Remember how great it was when we were in Mexico City, and you're going to say,
but remember how you felt the next morning.
yes, but it was worth it.
So you go back and forth.
So you go back and forth, and what you see is this but is kind of stalling me. I'm getting stuck. I'm trying to figure out how do I respond to the but.
Right.
Or if I said yes and. Remember when we went to Mexico?
And it was so much fun, and I have all these memories.
And we met that couple, and they were so great. And now
we had that great dinner.
Yes, and we found out all about their kids, and our kids go to the same school.
Right.
Yeah. So you see that the energy level in the building is like tremendously different. So if you're in an entrepreneurial organization, whether they know that they're entrepreneurial or not, you're going to hear signs of that. You're going to hear laughter. You're going to hear play. People are going to be in a state of flow. If you ask them, are your ideas entertained? Are your ideas, do people work with your ideas, or are they shut down? People really want to know my ideas. We share ideas all the time. We bounce them back and forth. We're always building. So that kind of plussing, that building on each other is really indicative of a strong entrepreneurial, idea-driven organization and culture.
Well, thank you so much for your time and your brilliance with entrepreneurial spirit, and we really appreciate it. And this has been a City Business exclusive with Amanda Trottenberg.
All right, thank you.